What is going on, guys? Skit's coming at you from Madness Central. Just a little update on what's been going on here recently. Just because, well, I want to tell you about it. Anyway, so this was something I was hoping would be a Madness project, but we weren't able to get to that. We're doing an engine swap on an Aspire. Story on this Aspire is that it was originally owned by Dan and his wife Angela at the time. His wife Angela. They've both since then gone their separate ways and remarried each happily. Hopefully everything's going good for them. And I met them at Madness 3. And they were at, I think, the second Madness with this car. And I helped them a lot with this car. And another one of their cars, the Festiva little blue car. And he was Jiminy Cricket on the forums. She was little blue car. This was his. It's been to a lot of Madness meets. And I helped him a lot with it. The engine finally just gave up. You could start it and run it, but you couldn't really get it up a hill. Like, I couldn't even get it out of my driveway under its own power for the most part. And if it started and ran for about 30 seconds, I'd kill mosquitoes for about a mile around. You know, just clouds of oil smoke. Rings were just gone. Gone. So, when it died, it was about 1.5 years or so ago, I think. And he called me up and said, man, I can't do anything with it. He goes, I can't afford to put another engine in it. I don't want to put another engine in it. I don't want to see it go to the scrapyard. He goes, and it's not worth much. Do you want it? And, well, you know, of course I said, brake swap. But then I was like, man, it has been pretty well maintained for a long time, and it's pretty straight. It's dirty right now, but it actually shines up pretty well. It's got the black painted hood. And then my roommate, John, he's the one, he helps you guys out every year at Madness, and you have no idea that he does it. He comes out here usually a week ahead of time, cleans up the yard really well, gets everything cut, gets everything moved out of the way, tries to make sure that things are going to be in great shape. There's a whole lot behind the scenes that go on at Madness that, you know, most of y'all, because they're not even half Festivas. They don't participate on the forum, but they love being at the meet and they love the people there. So he doesn't really like Festivas, but he was like, yeah, I like the Aspires, man. They're good looking cars. And yeah, I'd drive that. So I had to get them an engine together for one. And with everything else that's going on, I had to go one that cheap. So what I did was, there was an engine that was supposed to be here at Madness 10. Well, it got here at Madness 10. And it made the trip across the country. Tommy made the last leg with it. And it turned out what it had was bad valves in the head. I cannot for the life of me remember who donated that engine. It was supposed to go to the girl who was in Virginia Beach to save her car. And when I contacted her a couple of weeks before Madness, said, hey, we're ready. We're going to be coming pick up your car soon. We'll bring you back to the meet. We'll swap you in a new engine. We'll get you up and running. She's like, cool. And she went to her friend's house where she had parked the car. And because she was going to get rid of it originally because she was moving and she couldn't take it where she was going to. Some friends said she could park it there. And then they went and they scrapped it thinking they were, you know, doing something for her that she couldn't bring herself to do. She was pretty upset about it. So the engine was sitting here. I went over it, found out it had bad valves in it. And didn't want to spend any money on putting new valves in that head or finding that head, especially when there was, you know, a bunch of other engines laying around Madness Central here doing nothing. Found one with a good head, decent head. Take a couple engines, swap around, catch yourself another engine. So as it turns out, of course, the Aspire has a big nose crank. And apparently the block came out of an early Festiva because it's got the small nose crank. So that sort of delayed me a little bit last night because I was looking into it. That means I can't use the pulleys from the crankshaft for the Aspire on this. But the Aspire has multi-groove belts, not V-groove with the one groove for the belt. So I started looking through the pulleys and trying to see what I could do, swapping parts around and everything. I'm going to go through these alternators on the shelf. I'm getting ready to run them up to O'Reilly's, and I'm going to find out if any of them are good. Any of them that have a plug that'll work with it. I've got the 89 pulley on there for that. I'm afraid that he's not going to have the AC working. It did have working AC. So what I've been wanting to put AC in my car. And I've got a second generation B6 with a big nose crank. And what I might try to do, because I don't think we can swap. I have to look a little bit closer, but I don't think I can swap the pulley off of the AC compressor and put it on this one. Now I could put a different AC compressor in there. But I might take this AC compressor that I know is good. I mean, we'll have to lose the Freon. I'll evacuate that. Bucket, vacuum pump, old helium tank. Suck it out and try to save as much of that as I can. And maybe in the future what I can do is I can swap in another AC compressor and get them running on that and put the pulley on there then. But for now, I'm just going to skip past that. But I spent a couple hours going through things last night, looking at different stuff, digging through things to find things in the middle of the night when it's raining outside, and came up with it. So that's the engine there. That's my big fat belly. That's the engine there. I've got to now take the old engine, get the transmission off of it, assess the clutch. There's a couple of decent-ish clutches laying around here in case that one's not any good. I don't know what the condition of it is. It hasn't been in there for very long, but he did drive the thing for a few weeks, like revving it really high, dumping the clutch to be able to get back and forth to work. So it might have some wear and tear on there. We'll figure it out. And then get ready to do all that. So that should take me... it's going to take me a few hours. Go through these alternators. Hopefully find one that I can use. And this thing's coated in oil. The old engine had oil leaks everywhere. And it's just, everything's coated in it. So anything I take off, I got to stop. I got to clean it up, scrub it up, spray brake parts cleaner, blow it off. Need a blast cabinet. Hey, brother, you want to donate me a blast cabinet? Daddy needs one. Actually, I'm getting ready to go buy one. But I'll take a free one. And then, hopefully by tonight, at the very least, I can have that engine compartment with the engine and transmission back in it again. But honestly, it took me 3 hours to get the engine and transmission out of this thing. We had dicked with it so much over the years. All the bolts were all broken loose. It hadn't been setting for 20 years. So I wasn't snapping off bolts left and right. Everything was just like, zip, 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 zip. Come out, come out, come out, come out. Just set the old parts on the hood. There's not a lot that's got to come off on a Festiva. It's almost even less than the Aspire. The engine bay is a little bit bigger. The engine's the same size. So they are actually kind of easy to work on. They just look like this egg-shaped turd with good brakes. Anyway, just messing with you Aspire owners. So that's the update for today, coming at you from Madness Central. Skits was here. Bye-bye. Off. This thing won't turn off. See, it wants me to stick around and keep talking to you guys.